A vigil has taken place in North London today, hours before hostages are expected to be released in Israel. Members of the Jewish community gathered to remember those who've died since October the 7th. It's part of a weekly event organised by Stop the Hate. Greater Anglia has been transferred into public ownership as of today. The first service under the new operation departed from Liverpool Street to Stansted Airport at 4 o'clock this morning. The Transport Secretary, Heidi Alexander, says it won't be clear how fares will be impacted just yet.
So I understand that everyone wants an affordable public transport system. I can't promise to bring ticket prices down. Got to get the balance right between what fare payers are contributing and what taxpayers are contributing as well, because we do need to have a financially sustainable railway.
Meanwhile, it's been a big day for runners across the capital as the Royal Parks Half Marathon took over the city. Over 16,000 runners descended on London's 8 Royal Parks. For some, the race allowed them to see a different side to the city. For others, it was a chance to raise money for an important cause.
It's just a joyous race. There's 5 miles around these famous landmarks in kind of central London, and then there's 7 miles around the parks. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's all about the sillier my costume is, the more people realise it's okay to talk. And you see the mums and the dads telling their kids out on course. You see the runners really understanding why you're doing this ridiculous thing and how hard it is as well. And it's just an absolute privilege. You know, my health is a privilege, and I want to use that to be able to help other people.
Yeah, well done to everyone who took part.
Grooming gangs are operating in London and are more catastrophic than anywhere else in the country. The Met Police told BBC London earlier this year. At the time, the Met Police said it had expanded its child exploitation teams with additional officers. But what else is being done? Helen Drew has been to meet one woman educating young people.
See what you can do and what part you have to play, because we all have a part to play, right?
Serish works as a Violence Against Women and Girls project manager. One of her motivations is her own background.
All the work that I do in the violence against women and girls sector, it stems from my own lived experience, not just my own lived experience, but the vicarious lived experience I've had from those women around me. A lot of barriers from the area you grow up in, the environment you're in, your family structure, all those vulnerabilities play a part in when you get exploited.
Now she goes into over 30 primary and secondary schools, colleges and youth groups to raise awareness of violence against women and girls issues, including how to recognise being groomed by a gang for sexual exploitation.
I often find young people don't know they're being exploited. They don't know they're being groomed, and they feel like it's their choice. They feel like they're giving consent to what they're going through, and that is what the perpetrator does. They could love bomb them, they tell them they're safe, they're protected, you know, I'm here for you. They fill gaps that they know, they recognise, and each vulnerability they recognise in that young person, they'll exploit.
It's something London charity Drive Forward sees with the work they do. In nearly all London boroughs, they help 16 to 26-year-olds who've been in care to find employment.
Well, more than any other city that we have, London gives the opportunity for invisibility, particularly for young people within the care system. Gangs and grooming gangs and sexual exploitation gangs will be prevalent in London.
The Home Office says their paramount objective is to root out the horrific crimes of grooming gangs, to punish perpetrators and to protect children from harm. Helen Drew, BBC London.
A man has been charged with stalking after allegedly targeting the Lib Dem leader and Kingston MP, Sir Ed Davey, and his family over several months. Inigo Rowland from Surbiton has been remanded in custody. Actors James McAvoy, Benedict Cumberbatch and many others have joined a campaign to save 5 independent cafes. It's after the City of London Corporation put their leases out to tender. The existing businesses have submitted their bids, but there are fears they will be replaced by a chain. Frankie McCamley has the story.
From paper plate painting to hula hooping record breakers, whatever the talent, they're here to call to keep their local cafe just that.
It's out for tender. I think it is a cafe that means a lot to an awful lot of people. They've got a lot of history embedded in it, and I think almost everybody that goes there will say it's a place where You get a chance to meet people that you would never normally meet if it was a chain, if it was given to, and there are plenty of chain cafes around London. This particularly doesn't feel like a place that should be.
The City of London Corporation is running a tendering process for potential operators to lease 5 cafes, including 2 here in Hampstead Heath, as well as others in Highgate Wood and Queen's Park. Local artist Sophia often displays her work in the coffee shops.
I love our local cafe and how it's run and how it supports sort of all members of the community with events that they put on, supporting local artists like myself at no commission, which is a really rare space.
She, like many here, question the selection process.
Money speaks, so the tender process will unfairly benefit those who can offer a higher price, and yeah, I just don't think that's fair at all.
In a statement, the local authority says a competitive remarketing process will help us ensure a high-quality visitor experience. It continues to say we deeply appreciate the long-standing contributions of our cafe operators, and they have been encouraged to take part in this opportunity. A final decision on the cafes comes later this month. For now, though, what stands firm is the community spirit behind them. Frankie McCamley, BBC London.